Welcome back here on Our Community. Tim Hart now talking with Sheriff candidate John Pollack. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tim.
What we want to do today is give you a chance to meet the candidates, and not only that, but find out maybe what their vision is for the office of sheriff. And John, let's first of all talk about your experience. How long have you been in the sheriff's department? What are some of the jobs you've held?
Well, I've been with the sheriff's department about 25 years, and I've worked in all facets of the sheriff's department. I've worked in corrections, dispatch, ambulance service when the sheriff's department had the ambulance service, and of course the road deputies. I've done that. I was a sergeant, and I was undersheriff for 6 years as well.
All right, so what does the undersheriff do?
Well, the undersheriff is responsible for the operation of the department. He's responsible to the sheriff when the sheriff's gone. He's responsible for budgeting the different departments within the sheriff's department, and he's also responsible for the personnel.
So a lot of different job responsibilities, and also, again, working with officers and things in that order. Let's talk a little bit about how you see the sheriff's office if you are elected.
Well, I see the sheriff's office as kind of like the people's law enforcement agency. You know, the sheriff is elected, and I think because of that, we have a little different relationship with the people out there that we serve. It's more of a personal relationship. Any decisions that we make at the sheriff's department, of course, are felt when the public responds at the polls. And so it makes us think a little bit more about serving the people and being responsible to the people as opposed to any one entity.
Now, as we talk about the position of sheriff, it is more than just you know, riding in a car type of thing. There's a lot of administrative duties. Talk to me a little bit about some of those duties and what your thoughts are.
Well, you're right. You're exactly right. When you get up into the undersheriff or the sheriff positions, it's more of a business position as opposed to a position on the road where you're out working with the people on the street. You have to be able to build relationships with county commissioners because those are the people who are funding your department. You have to be able to build relationships with other community leaders. So it's more of a business atmosphere than that of a street officer.
Mm-hmm. All right, switching gears a little bit. So, you know, you've talked about, you know, really the department for the people type of thing, but I think the people also want to make sure that, hey, you know, we're safe and sound out there. You know, again, we can be nice out there, but we also need to make sure that the people that are doing certain things are, you know, put in jail.
Well, that's correct. We're responsible to the people. We're responsible for their safety, and I think that's probably our #1 goal, and will be my #1 goal, is to provide the security to the people of the county that they've come to expect, like under Sheriff Cannon. We've got some tough times coming up. There's going to be some tough budget issues coming up, and my #1 goal is to make sure that I'm able to provide the service to the people and provide for their safety. And that's going to be our #1 goal when I'm sheriff.
Now, when you talk about the budget, we're talking about the number of officers out there, the number of cars on the road, some of the other different administrative costs. So do you see, you know, the budget going down, going up, or where do you see things?
Well, I see, from what I understand currently is going on with the county commission, that we're probably going to see some budget cuts. And if we have some budget cuts, there's going to be some tough times and some tough decisions to make. We've of course got to have people on the road. I think that's paramount. There's got to be people out there to respond to the safety of the citizens so that we can go out there and help them. And I think that we're going to see a reduction in many areas. Mm-hmm.
So, got to be prudent with the money, is what you're telling me.
Correct. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. It's their money, but you know, I got to watch how I spend it.
Mm-hmm. Are there any issues that, besides the money issue, that the sheriff's office is facing right now that would be something that would need to be addressed right off the bat?
I think probably some of the issues are we need. You know, there's some equipment issues that we need. Our radios. We're having some issues right now with the narrow banding of radios and having our radios be able to get out so the people can use, so the officers can use them out on the road. So that's a big issue. There's also some issues with policies and procedures that we need to tighten up. I think Sheriff Cannon's got a good start on them, and I want to continue to improve upon that.
Okay. All right, talking with Sheriff candidate John Pollack. John, thanks for being with us. Stop by. Anything else before we go?
No, sir. I just want everybody to remember August 7th for the primary election. And if you would, vote John Pollack for sheriff. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, Tim.
All right. I'm Tim Hart, and you are watching Our Community.